So Mark Schmidt, his 18th year, no stranger to this tournament, over 300 wins to his name, and he picked up another tournament win yesterday against Duquesne, and Ryan Odom on the other side, 24 wins. Last year, his debut season at VCU, 25 wins. This year to follow it up, coming over from Utah State, and that impact has been immediate. Now looking to make even more noise in March. Kim Adams with us on the sidelines as well, as we jump it up and off we go, day number 3. Melvin Council, he will be the primary ball handler for the Bonnies. Started playing point guard after the injury to DeSante Bowen. And a giveaway to start for the Bonnies.
And that's what VCU does. They cause turnovers. Watch VCU's defense. They guard people in close proximity. You know, close talkers, not comfortable when someone's a close talker. They're close defenders. They're all over you. They guard you nose to nose. They want to be disruptive. You're never comfortable.
So VCU, they won 9 games in a row to finish out the regular season. It would have been 10 in a row, but then all of a sudden Dayton knocked them off in that final game. That was on March 7th. And so into the tournament they come with a bit of a bad taste in their mouth, but still a terrific regular season. 15-1 at home as a three-pointer in the air, and a three-pointer is knocked down by Philip Russell. So
they make more threes than anyone in the A-10, and you mentioned that Dayton loss. Guess what? Philip Russell, who made that shot, he didn't play in that game. Here's an early foul by Shulga. Not great for VCU because Shulga's their best player, but here's the deal with VCU. You see the full court pressure. They do foul more than the average team. They have decided their disruption, causing these turnovers, making the other teams uncomfortable, are worth being a little bit higher in foul rates.
Council will play a whole bunch of minutes. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come out of this game at all. Not a very deep team for the Bonnies. And so staying out of foul trouble, key for them. Hinton thought about a 3. Now with 5 on the shot clock, got to go to work. Over to Council. Into the lane he goes and draws a foul.
And if that's on Shulga, it is really a big deal.
Instead, it'll be on number 1, as number 11 is safe there.
And you talk about how important Council is. VCU incredibly deep. St. Bonaventure not deep. St. Bonaventure needs Melvin Council for 40 minutes a game, and frankly, to do pretty much everything. Run the team, guard the other team's best player, and he's quick enough to beat ball pressure. I don't know if anyone else on St. Bonaventure has the athleticism to drive by this VCU pressure, but as we saw in that possession, Council does.
Shulga, good look inside and better defense. Noel Brown there to help.
But going back to that Dayton loss, VCU shot. Dayton's very good, has been nationally ranked this year, but VCU's 2 losses recently in conference or in the last 2 months, shot 5 for 30 and 5 for 31 on 3. So sometimes three-point shooting's random, like any team. If VCU struggles shooting, they could be deep, but short of that, they don't have any noticeable weaknesses.
Council dropped it off to Hinton. Too many thoughts and too many steps.
And that doesn't happen against most teams. But when you have big athletic guys attacking you, not afraid of being aggressive, it speeds you up. It makes you make mistakes. Think about life. Whenever you do something in a hurry, you make more mistakes. VCU makes you play in a hurry.
Shulga scans the defense over to Philip Russell. Here's Jack Clark. Clark back to Russell. Russell into the lane, high off the glass, no, put back, yes. Bamboye.
By far the best offensive rebounding team in the A-10. One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country.
Council to Brown. Brown a slow start yesterday and another slow start here. Once he got going for St. Bonaventure, the offense felt different. Three-pointer off the mark, too strong. And the rebound rebound, tipped around, and possession will stay. Nice job by Shulga just to make that process difficult on the Bonnies.
The offensive rebounding, they get 40% of their offensive rebounds. That's absolutely unheard of. And even when they don't get the rebound, it's hard to get a clean one against them.
A loft toward the basket. Bamboye can't handle it, but possession will stick.
So that was a spectacular play by Council, because Bamboye on pick and rolls can elevate, get that lob dunk better than anyone, and Council actually prevented it. That's a guard.
Bamisil over to get it. Now Bamboye, he can't hit. Flashing for the rebound is Chance Moore. He wants to run. Moore, hard drive to the left hand. Yes, sir.
So when you play a running team and you say you want to control tempo, it doesn't mean you can't run. It means you can run, but they can't, and Moore takes advantage of it.
Shulga, great look down low and slammed home by Bamboye.
Execution basket, set play, screen across the lane. It's a simple screen, but hard to guard.
Council to Brown. Brown to the basket, and his shot won't go. So a couple of misses to start for Noel Brown.
You know, they notice they're going aggressive at Council on pick and roll, making him pass the ball, not letting him get in the paint.
Clark, cross-court pass, three-pointer off the mark from Shulga. And here comes Council.
Again, aggressive ball screen defense.
Hard screen from Brown. Council knocks it down.
Huge shot, tough shot. Not Council's greatest strength, only 22% on threes in conference play, but sometimes supreme confidence is a good thing.
Bamisil for three. Kissed off the backboard. Certainly not what you want to see from that spot. And the Bonnies get another stop on defense.
Great box outs by Bonnies. They're going to have to do that a lot. Council to Moore, and Moore is fouled as he lost the basketball.
Yeah, great point, Kim. And for Council, 18 points yesterday, and maybe most notably, those 4 steals. The defense that he was playing just changed that game, and they had to scrap to get themselves back into it. And LeJay Jones really helped them with 18 points of his own, and he hit 4 threes.
So Bamboye, the shot blocking starting center for VCU's on the all-defensive team. Council's not Council easily could have been. He's a terrific perimeter defender, and this is a matchup of 2 elite point guards in the country, and Council and Shulga here head-to-head.
So the Bonnies with their first lead.
And showing some zone here.
Here's Zeb Jackson.
Actually, it's just soft switching man.
Using that pivot foot. What move by Joe Bamisil.
We talked about the size and athleticism of VCU. Bamisil has a 47-inch max vertical jump, put on 20 pounds of muscle. So when a guy like that posts you up, it's going to be hard to stop him. Council to Moore.
Here's Chance Moore, picked up his dribble. Back to Council, 10 to shoot, and a reset. Council long 2, tough shot, rattles out.
Just look, the constant pressure VCU puts on you. They push it, they attack the rim, they pressure defensively, they pressure the rim with drives and defensively with shot blockers.
Bamisil, he's trying to sell that contact, no call, misses the shot, now they want to run. Here's Jones, Jones to the rim. Everything but the finish. Shulga sensing that they have numbers. Shulga with a good pass. Now to the corner, Jackson 3, too strong.
Great contest by Jones.
Tipped around and Shulga comes up with an offensive rebound.
It's what VCU does.
Jackson, left hand, yes sir.
2 stats. First, VCU gets 40% of their offensive rebounds. What does that mean? That's 11th best in the country. Out of 364 teams, by far the best in the A-10. So just getting any shot, a missed shot, is a good form of offense for VCU. High chance they get the ball back and score.
Noel Brown, he has open teammates, and now he kicks it back out. Jones for 3. Jones, a hot hand yesterday, too strong with that look. Shulga to Jackson. Jackson to the corner. And Clark is fouled. Call's going to go against Jonah Hinton. And that is the first on Hinton.
Significant. Jackson coming off the bench, number 2. He is the A-10 sixth man of the year. Was penciled in as a starter this year. Started last year. Had an injury. Missed the first 4 games of the year. Philip Russell started. They did a great job. And being an unselfish team guy, Jackson just says, hey, let's keep it the same. I'll keep coming off the bench. And is the best sixth man coming off the bench in the A-10 this year. Really a sixth starter, no question.
Shulga gives it up, gets it right back. 10 to shoot. Clark, rise and shoot. Rise and knock it down.
First, I know a lot about Jack Clark. I signed him. He was one of my recruits at LaSalle. Of course, it's his 7th year of college because he's got the COVID year and 2 medical redshirt years. But the interesting thing about Jack, only made 19% of his threes non-conference. Now up to 43.
7-0 run. Hinton. Belonga 3, the lefty. And Belonga had that same kind of start yesterday. You leave him open and he will hit.
We talked about St. Bonaventure does not have much depth, but Belonga and Thompson off the bench made a 3 each yesterday. Those are huge shots in a close game. And I'm so impressed with Bonnie's handling this VCU pressure so far.
And Belonga, the true freshman, as this is stolen away. Hits the deck for it, gives it up to Council, transition 3, and that won't go. Clark, cross court. Jackson thought about a 3. Shulga, an open 3. That won't go. And rebound to Moore. Moore is looking to go coast to coast every time he gets it, and this time he does.
Moore is the Bonnie's most athletic player, and he can match up with these VCU athletes.
Jackson can't hit, but VCU, as they do so often, in position for the offensive rebound, and they will draw the call.
Well, in terms of the way I think of it, really, Jack, is the consistency of these 2 programs. Even 4 years ago, they're competing for the A-10 tournament championship. VCU has the best record in the A-10 since they joined the league. St. Bonaventure over the last 10 years has the most wins outside of VCU and Dayton. So these teams are there every year. The other thing I remember is how hard it is to win it as a number 1 seed in this league. And ironically, in 21, it was the Bonnies. In 23, it was VCU. So both these teams have won as a number 1 seed, but they're the only ones. 8 of the last 10 years, the number 1 seed got knocked off. I really believe VCU will be the next number 1 seed to win the A-10 tournament this year.
Bambasil, he thought about a 3. Now Bambasil takes it to the rim. What a drive.
That's a confrontational drive. He's not taking no for an answer on that one.
Just an aggressive start to this game for Bambasil. Now 4 points for him. He's defending Council in an offensive foul. It's going to be on the screen set by LeJay Jones.
And you see how aggressive VCU's big guys are coming up to put 2 people on Council and not let him get into the paint. Here comes the defender. Here's the extra defender. They're not letting Council get in that paint because they know that's where he thrives.
Bambasil, screen comes, goes opposite, and tries to come back around for it. Now Bambasil, a wild pass that is eventually secured by Zeb Jackson. 5 to shoot. Jackson looks to give it up. One more pass to Bambasil. Something's got to get up in the air. He can't hit, and a defensive rebound brought down by Jones. And that is the 4th rebound already for LeJay Jones. Hinton for 3, and no sir.
It's a small ball lineup out there right now for VCU. They don't have a true center out there. Bell more of a power forward.
Jackson to the corner. Here's Russell going baseline, and he draws a foul. It's going to go against Chance Moore.
have to be, for any contact as a defender, you have to be in legal guarding position, which that was not. Legal guarding position is being directly in front of the offensive player with 2 feet on the ground.
And that is 2 fouls on Chance Moore, who will take a seat. And remember, the Bonnie's not a deep bench. Moore got into a bit of foul trouble yesterday, as well as this is poked away. And possession able to be secured by VCU. Under 10 to shoot. Russell thought about a 3. And now takes a tough 2 that he left well short.
So I do like St. Bonaventure in this game. You know, controlling tempo, handling the VCU's pressure, and sometimes playing a game before, not having the double bye can be an advantage because you're just more comfortable having that game under your belt, whereas VCU hasn't played in a week.
Council to the left hand and back to the right for a floater.
That's why you can't let him in the paint, and really space might be better for Council. We could see that pick and roll. VCU can help and attack him with 2 defenders on that, but with just space, Council has the quickness to beat Shoulder, which isn't easy. 7
points already for Council in the first 10 minutes plus. 3-pointer in the air, and a 3-pointer rained home. Brandon Jennings.
Just a freshman, does not get the top billing with the other 4 veteran VCU guards, but VCU's tremendously excited about this freshman. That's why he's in over here at an important moment.
Belonga. And Belonga doing a little bit too much, gave it away.
Here's Council in space, no screen, and with just space, he has explosive ability to get by people. Then the freshman Jennings. VCU has made more threes than anyone else in the A-10 this year. So it's really hard to find a weakness with this VCU team. They've had some off shooting nights. Outside of that, they've been really good.
Jennings back to Bell. He can't knock it down. And Belonga with the board, and he has it stolen away from behind. Just an intensity to the way that VCU plays. Per usual, it's the freshman and Brandon Jennings chasing him down.
Here comes the pressure, this time from behind. Again, VCU, they want to be disruptive. Tremendously high rate of turning their opponents over and blocking shots. It's hard to get a clean possession against VCU, but yet the Bonnies have.
The Bonnies have already turned it over 4 times, to your point. Henton to Brown. Brown back to Henton. Now Noel Brown has it stolen away. Make it 5. Shoga, transition 3, no go. Offensive rebound to Jennings. Now another 3. That won't hit. How about another board? Offensive rebound back to Jennings. Jennings back-to-back 3s.
Remember, 40% of offensive rebounds, 11th best in America. They send 4 guys to the glass, athletic, relentless, and repeatedly get second.
Does anybody on earth have more fun than VCU's band? From the moment we walked into the arena, I mean, they're chanting, "We ain't never scared." I mean, there is just an energy that they have brought to this place, and it is so much fun to watch them. The 2025, 2024, 2025 A-10 awards. This group, pretty special.
Max Shoulder is the most consistent player for VCU, great decision maker. Vamasil, explosive athletic scorer. Jackson, a luxury, really a 6-starter. Could have made all-conference team, and they bring him off the bench. Bamboy, the freshman, all rookie and all defensive. He only plays 18 minutes a game, a little under 18 minutes a game, which does not qualify him for national stats. If he had played another minute a game, he would have the 2nd highest block rate in the country. He blocks 15% of the shots. While he's in the game, there's only 1 player out of 4,000 in America with a higher block rate than that.
And for VCU, 15 missed shots to start this game, 6 offensive rebounds, 9 second chance points, and St. Bonaventure has 0 second chance points. That's the story of your game so far, as Hinton has his shot blocked away.
And Bamboy's not the only one. Get this stat. They turn people over 21% of the time. Block shots 15% of the time. That means more than a third of the time, you're not even getting a shot. They're either stealing the ball or blocking it.
inside to Furman. And Christian Furman with too many steps.
I mean, that's why I've been impressed with St. Bonaventure. Think about this. On average, when you play VCU, more than a third of the time, you don't even get a shot. It's either blocked or stolen. Unbelievable disruption. That's why I think this is the best #1 seed in the A-10 since Dayton's undefeated team.
And a whistle away from the ball. And the foul is going to go against Russell. That'll be his second.
And there you see
VCU's
elite defense and where they rank nationally, top 10 in multiple categories. And it's really because of the pressure. You can't get threes. They turn you over. They block shots. They have an elite two-point percentage because even when you get a shot at the rim, you're so uncomfortable that they hold you down even near the rim. And there you see the close guarding, no room to breathe, hands on the ball.
Is the pressure even more difficult for a guy who's not used to playing point guard?
You know, Council now, it's a great question. He's only played the point guard since late December, but he has adapted so well. But it's hard for anyone against VCU.
Over to Jones. He can't hit it. Offensive rebound for Moore, but the putback is no good. Behind the back pass. Why not to the hot hand of Jennings? A pump fake and now a dish, and he is going to draw the contact and a foul. Call goes against Hinton. That'll be the second on Jonah Hinton. So 2 on Chance Moore and 2 on Hinton. So Hinton will take a seat as Noah Belonga checks back in for him. Clark to Jennings, and Jennings 6 points in just 3 minutes played. Furman with a catch, and Furman will make you pay from there.
Not an easy shot, well defended. Hand in the face by Brown.
An 8-0 run for VCU as they are building the lead. Council kicks. Belonga to his strong hand. Tough shot, won't go. Jackson to Clark. Jack Clark can't hit it. And Council with a defensive rebound. He wants to run ahead to Moore, and Moore is fouled.
So this seems counterintuitive because St. Bonaventure needs to control tempo in this game. So then you say, why are they running so hard? Because you see how good VCU's half-court defense is. And it's always easier to get a shot in transition. So St. Bonaventure pushing the ball, and what's that called is they have to play with pushing, but also poise. If you don't have the break, that's when you need to control tempo. But definitely take advantage of your fast break opportunities if you're St. Bonaventure, and they're doing it.
So Chance Moore, he is the leading rebounder for the Bonnies, 6.4 per game, brings a lot of energy into the lineup. He started his career at Arkansas, last couple of years for him at Missouri State, and then this year with the Bonnies, he has 4 20-point games and 6 double-digit rebounding games on the season.
And here comes,
And Moore with 7 points today. Shoulder to out top, tried to get it, does not. Here goes Jackson, now Shoulder gets it back. One more pass to Bamisil. Bamisil, big jump stop. Rebound tipped out, offensive board. Here's Clark. Clark gives it up. Good hands defensively by the Bonnies, and now the Bonnies steal it away. That was Jones hitting the deck to get the ball. Moore on the run. And a goaltend, so Moore will get the finish. Every time Chance Moore gets the basketball, it's full speed ahead.
So this is a game with a lot of big-time athletes, and yet Moore has consistently gotten out in transition. So there's no one more athletic than Moore in this game. And it's showing up for the Bonnies in transition. Huge.
And an offensive foul on VCU away from the ball.
VCU foul number 2.
It's going to go against Zeb Jackson.
Yeah, Moore leading the Bonnies in scoring, and he's doing it in the open court. So many great athletes in this game.
Sure are. That's 2 straight turnovers for VCU. Council to Jones to Moore. Over to Brown. Jones took a look at a 3. Now Jones, a hard drive off the backboard and an offensive foul. This referee crew is not shy about calling offensive fouls to begin this game. And that's 2 now.
So
Jones.
Pressure forces you to drive and allows you to take charges and block shots. VCU known for their shot blocking, but probably the one player who's not a shot blocker on this team is Russell. So you kind of got to know who you are. Russell knows I'm not going to block that, so I'm a charge taker. You got shot blockers and charge takers, and Russell doing his part.
So 3 of the starters now with 2 fouls for the Bonnies. And Mark Schmidt has no choice but to leave them in the game. It's based on the way they play and not looking too far, and that bench is Russell. Stops and pops.
Again, that loss to Dayton. Dayton's very good. Dayton had a great game plan. They can switch, but VCU did not have Russell, and they also had an uncharacteristic 5 for 30 shooting night. It's going to be hard to upset VCU in this tournament.
Philip Russell with 6 points. Into the lane and knocked down.
So
Miles Rose.
Impressive, because Rose, a freshman, plays limited minutes. To come in against this opponent in this atmosphere and make a play right away, boy, I am intrigued with Rose.
Russell off the Shulga screen. Now back to Shulga. 3:45 to play in this first half. Shulga going to back him down. He likes the matchup with the freshman. Shulga can't hit. Rose the board. Council with the crossover. Comes right back for the rock. Council into the lane, gives it up, and fouled at the basket. That's Jones. All set up by Melvin Council. We look forward to all of the above. It's a good start for VCU, but St. Bonaventure has done a job to try to match that intensity being brought on. Moore leads the way for the Bonnies with 9. Council right behind him with 7. And for Shulga, 0 points to begin this game. Now he's involved in a whole bunch of things. Offensively, dishing. As the game goes along, expect that number to change. But Russell with 6. Jennings with 6, who checked in from the bench and knocked down a couple of 3s.
And to throw some more compliments to Council, guess who's on Shulga most of the time? Yep. Council.
He's a tough one, isn't he?
He's a monster. And this is fascinating. St. Bonaventure leads in fast break points 11-0. If it's not for pushing the ball, they are going to really, I mean, think in half-court possessions, that means they're losing this game by 17 points. So the fast break's keeping them in it. But then, according to their identity, VCU dominating, leading 20-2 in points off of turnovers and offensive rebounds.
Back to a 4-point game. Shulga to Russell for a corner 3. Bamasil, he can't hit. And a rebound for Jones. Jones now with 5 boards in this opening half. Belanga, he tried to sneak a pass through to Brown, and Brown was held. And the foul against VCU.
And unless Bamboye had his backhand wrapped around his waist, I didn't see that foul with the front hand. Bamboye was in front. And the defense against Brown is critical, because Brown is the second leading scorer on this team to Council. And Bonnie's want to go into him. I thought that was well defended.
So Luke Bamboye has 2 fouls. He'll take a seat. And checking back in is Christian Furman. 1-and-1 opportunity for Brown, and that is off the mark. And he typically is a good free throw shooter, shooting it at 80%. Kick to the corner, and Russell through contact kicks it out for Clark. Clark lines it up, and that is perfect.
How about a 6'10" guy who is going to make almost half his threes, make twos, be your leading rebounder, switchable on defense? Jack Clark, if they had an all-blue team, a guy who holds everything together for your team, Jack Clark would be on it.
They're all Brown double. He kicks for Council.
There's the aggressive defense.
He's double. Gives it up for Brown. Brown can't get the basketball toward the basket. Bambasil to the rack.
And you see the energy of Russell. So when VCU needs poise, they got shoulder. When they want to get fired up, they got Russell. Russell's tough. I mean, seriously tough and emotional.
Council off the screen from Brown. Council tries to get it right back and can't. Belongo over to get it. Brown can't handle. Furman to steal. Thinking about a corner three is Russell. He drives. Shoga. Shoga left it short. Bambasil. He's headed back toward the basket. Out for Clark. Clark. He can't hit. Offensive rebounds. They will just wear you out with these. VCU and air ball. How about another? Here goes Clark, the reversal.
Forget about second shots. What about fourth shots?
My goodness. It's deflating.
Their ability to cause turnovers, we're seeing it. Their ability to get offensive rebounds. I don't even know if they need an offense with their turnovers and offensive rebounding.
An offensive board for the Bonnies. Belonga, he can't hit it. How about another? 2 offensive rebounds now. Belonga headed toward the basket, gives it up, and one for Jones.
So why are offensive rebounds so important? The first part is obvious. Extra shots, extra possessions. That's the obvious part. The less obvious is how open the shots are afterwards, because the defense is scrambled. You get you get extra shots and efficient shots from offensive rebounding, and we've seen it on both ends over here. The Bonnies that time giving VCU some of their own medicine.
And the call goes against Christian Furman. It'll be his first.
Yeah, there's the offensive rebounding. It's just dominant. They get 40% of their offensive rebounds. The national average is 27. That's why that's 11th best in America. By far the best in the Atlantic 10. I could see a playbook. Like play one, their favorite play, miss a shot. That's our favorite play, because now we're going to get the ball back and get an easier shot.
Yeah. The way they hit the boards, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, when that shot goes up, just keep an eye on those 4 that attack.
Zone now trying to slow down VCU. 1-1-3, it's a little bit different. Coach Smith doesn't think this team plays it as well as his normal teams.
Jackson, high off the glass.
To Coach Smith's point, I asked him, how about zoner? And he goes, we're not good at it. He tried it, didn't work.
And a timeout taken by VCU.
Do you really need an offense if you're just going to steal the ball and get layups and get second chances? It's amazing. And that's where their style and their effort and their athleticism are just overwhelming for teams.
They attack Council, now over to Moore. Takes it back to half court. Council take his time.
Like the zone, that disrupts whatever play Coach Schmidt drew up in. They didn't expect the zone.
And Council kicks. Now there's 3 to shoot. Got to get something headed toward the basket. Jones a fade. And that is certainly not the shot that Mark Schmidt was hoping for.
Well, VCU surprised him with the zone, then surprised him again and switched back to man and trapped the ball screen. Chess match on both sides.
So the Bonnies had been keeping it close. They were hanging around, and VCU put the gas pedal down to end the half and able to build a double-digit lead. Let's check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. Coach, a big stop there to end the half. How were you able to create some separation there in the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, it's a hard-fought game right now. We're trying to do our best. They're excellent in transition. They're a really good defensive rebounding team, and that really ignites their offense. And so we've got to do a better job in our defensive transition in the second half. We're getting some open looks. We haven't knocked a ton of them down yet. We just got to stay with it.
Yeah, I was going to say Max Shulga still scoreless in this game. How would you like to see him get on the board in the next half?
Yeah, I mean, Max will get going. I mean, that's the great thing about our team is we're not a one-man team. He trusts his teammates. He's had some open ones that didn't go down. We just got to trust him.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Moore and Council, they have kept the Bonnies in this fight, but they better come out swinging here to keep this thing tight. Shulga, 0 points, but he does add 3 rebounds and 4 assists as we check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. I just had a quick chat with Mark Schmidt. I mean, you guys said it. The main messages to his team are the turnovers and the second chance points that VCU is getting. They have 11 right now. And then he said we have to get the ball inside to Noel Brown. He feels that is their best advantage in this game offensively, and they are not going to win if he has 0 points. He's only taken 2 shots so far in this game.
Kim, copy that for St. Bonaventure. Moore with 9, Council with 7. Jones has 5 points and 5 rebounds. He mentioned the second chance points. VCU, it's been a spread out scoring attack for them. Clark with 8, Bamasil 6, Russell 6, Jennings 6. And that's how they line up. Attacking the basket is Bamasil, so you can go ahead and bump him up to the party of 8 points.
And then I mentioned, every dribble is contested when you play. They pick up full court because they don't go back on defense.
3-pointer for Hinton rattles out. Russell behind the back. Now Russell gets walled up. Shulga for 3. Shulga still can't hit. He is over as another rebound brought down by Jones.
So to your point, Jack, most teams, when your leading scorer is got 0 points, it's a concern. Not for VCU. Their depth is tremendous, and they don't rely on any one player.
Council kicks it. Jones, a tough shot, and Jones a full circle of the rim.
Jones saw he had the much smaller Russell on him and used force getting in the paint, then great footwork getting the shot off.
Shulga is doubled, cross-court pass over to Clark. Clark behind the back. Bamasil. Shulga, 7 to shoot, back to Bamasil. Bamasil, he is it. 22, knocked down.
Frustrating for the Bonnies because they defended so well on that possession. Stopped every drive, and then Bamasil makes a contested 3. Not much more you could do defensively than what the Bonnies did that time.
That is 11 points for Bamasil. He had 18 points to lead the team against Dayton, plus 8 rebounds to close out the year.
So the Bonnies want to get the ball to Brown, and so there's 2 things the Bonnies are good at. We saw one right there, Council getting in the paint. I guarantee you the VCU coaches will talk about that in the next media timeout. And in ball screens, VCU's done a good job keeping Council out of the point because now you could guard him with 2 guys. But in space, Council is beating the pressure one-on-one. The other thing, Coach Schmidt talked about it at halftime, they got to get the ball to Brown. I talked with VCU assistant Matt Henry before the game, and they have focused pregame prep on denying Brown the ball and crowding him even if he gets it. So VCU executing their game plan, keeping Brown from getting the ball down low, and Council for the most part out of the paint.
it ahead for Clark. Russell swings to Shoga. Now back for Russell. Shoga, good look, and sets up a dunk. Van Boye, the two-hand flush. A foul on the inbound. Going to go against Russell, I believe.
The hidden way of attacking the rim is cutting. Everyone thinks penetration or posting to get the ball to the rim. But if your man is denying you, you got the cut. And Bamisile makes the cut. The help comes, dish. And Bamboy, one of the best finishers in America.
So the third foul on Philip Russell as he heads back over to the bench.
You take Russell out, you bring Zeb Jackson in, the six-man. You're really a six-starter.
Jones thought about a three, to the rim he goes, can't get the finish. Council an open three after the tip back, no. Another rebound brought down by Jones. Over to Moore, he has been looking to attack the rim and he does it again.
Moore so impressive in this game. I mean, Bamboy is a big-time athlete and big, a great shot blocker, but Moore goes right at him.
Moore has 11. 10 to shoot for Bamisile. Bamisile gives it up last second. Mamboye, he can't get the finish. Gets it right back, though. And now it's poked loose by the Bonnies. Hinton with it. Hinton, transition three. Left it short. Hinton another. Now he's headed toward the basket. Gives it up, and Moore puts it down.
Yeah, VCU's not the only team getting offensive rebounds in this game. Love St. Bonaventure's intensity. And Moore's athleticism is really shining in a game of athletes.
So the St. Bonaventure faithful behind their bench rises to the feet after that make by Moore. Bamboye hands it off. Bamisile. He's doubled. Picks it back out. Around to Jackson. And Jackson way off the mark. And possession to the Bonnies.
So 43-34.
The A-10 this season especially, but that is what the Rams have done once you get into the tournament.
Well, VCU, since they joined the A-10, have the most wins among all schools. They've had consistent success. Great coaches, Ryan Odom right now, and of course Will Wade and Shaka Smart and Mike Rhodes. They have a state-of-the-art practice facility. They've already committed to revenue sharing next year. You see the great fan base here. Heck, they have an unbelievable pep band. Long story short, this school's all in on having a national caliber basketball program year by year, and it shows with them consistently battling for the A-10 championship.
Moore to Jones. Brown trying to post up. Brown gets it too far from the basket. Back to Jones. There's 5 to shoot. And not much happening for the Bonnies. Now Jones just going to launch up a prayer. Hits the rim, but the rebound goes to the Rams. Ahead to Shoga. No look pass. Jackson to Jennings. Jennings to the paint. Can't get the finish. Tipped up, and now Council with it. Council on the run. Blocked away. What a block at the rim. Brandon Jennings said no.
It's not just the big guys that block shots for VCU. The best shot blocking team in the A-10 gets it from the guards, too. How about this freshman? How'd you like to have that in your backcourt as an athlete?
He really almost hit his head right on the backboard. Got very close. What a block that was by Brandon Jennings, who was a hot hand shooting in the first half. Council, he can't hit, and a foul on the board. Watch Brandon Jennings fly. Does his head hit?
Yeah.
He got out of ducking a little bit.
So here's a reason why St. Bonaventure has successful fast break baskets in this game. Remember, VCU sends their whole team to the glass, and what they've decided is, we know we give up some transition baskets, but we believe all those second, third chances we get are well worth it. So it's really a cost-benefit analysis. The cost of giving up some fast break points is worth the benefit of extra shots.
That was the third foul on Zev Jackson, who takes a seat. Hinton into the lane. He can't get a shot off. Now Brown, nice patience by the big fella.
So St. Bonaventure is not a very good three-point shooting team. They are a downhill, get the ball to the paint team. And when they do get it to the paint, you see they draw fouls, they get dish-offs, they get easier threes. So that's VCU's mission. Keep the Bonnies out of the paint.
Little 6-0 run for St. Bonaventure. Clark thought about a three, now heads toward the basket with too many steps.
So you always want to win every 4-minute segment between media timeouts. And that's what the Bonnies are doing to get back into this thing. They've won the first one by 1, and now they've got it down to 7. This is a single-digit game. We got a good one. So impressed with the Bonnies competing against this deep athletic team.
Here's Jones to Hinton. Hinton slipped a little bit. VCU crowd on hand, they wanted to walk, and Brown draws the contact on the dribble. They go against Christian Furman. That'll be 2 now on Furman.
Bonnies getting the ball down low to Brown is usually a good thing. It's one of the best things they've done all year long, along with the penetration of Council. And there he goes, he's got it again.
Brown seems to like this matchup.
Five-point game. Here come the Bonnies.
An 8-0 run as the Bonnies faithful to their feet. Bamasil baseline. Now kicks it for Clark. 10 to shoot. Bamasil with the rock. Bamasil headed toward the basket. High off the backboard. Shot won't go. And the Bonnies with a board. Chance Moore has been looking to run. Moore, he lost the basketball, and possession will stay with St. Bonaventure.
And you're right, you noticed Furman gave up a couple good looks to Brown, so they go to Bamboye. Again, there's always another option on the bench for VCU with this deep roster.
Philip Russell checks back in as well. He's been dealing with some foul trouble. Three-pointer will not go, and Brandon Jennings the board. VCU, they're scoreless the last 5 minutes, and that'll end with that shot. Jennings stays hot.
Jennings just behind a bunch of veteran guards, but assuming they retain Jennings, which I believe they will, they clearly got a good one for the future here.
Can Council provide an answer? He's trying to get it back. Brown now has it. He has it stolen away. VCU wants to run. Here's Clark. And Clark is fouled from behind by Council.
So impressed with Council preventing that basket. So often on that play, people will end up with the flagrant foul. But Council gets the hand on the ball, and that's what's called gap help. The steal comes from someone next to the person with the ball, and that's a terrific basket-saving play, forcing Clark to make free throws by Council. Making a play on the ball, not being overly forceful and getting a flagrant.
So Clark to the free throw line. He's a 77% free throw shooter. He's the leading rebounder for this group. 6.9 rebounds per game. He had 15 points and 6 rebounds last game against Dayton, and 4 of those were offensive boards.
Yeah, first free throws by VCU. Hidden thing about the Bonnies, they are the best at not fouling in the A-10. So much goes into good coaching, and part of it is not fouling. The Bonnies doing a sneaky, great job of that in this game.
Now 8 seconds to work for Brown, who calls for Council to come get it. Council into the lane. Defenders everywhere around him. In possession, lucky to stay with St. Bonaventure. Dr. John, I could see you in that VCU band. They just stick you somewhere in the back because you could see over the top of everybody, maybe give you a flute or something.
I want to learn how to dance like their band director even. I mean, that would be the role for me.
He's got juice.
You talk about a wedding band. Would that not be the ultimate blast wedding band?
Wow. What would they charge you? That's the real question.
Probably not that much. They're college kids, but they'd be worth it, man. And it would be different. And it would rock.
That's what makes college hoops great right there. Brown has to get it off quickly. How about this look? And the referees want to take another look.
Mark Schmidt, a master at out-of-bounds plays, knowing he has almost no time. And it's interesting. Sometimes it's not who your best shooter is, it's who's going to be most open. And the biggest target is your center. Just it's easier to get the ball to a 6'11" guy than a smaller guy. Not surprised, Coach Schmidt just so good at drawing things up.
Did he get that off? What'd you think live? It almost looked like yes live. I need one more look at that replay. Yeah. Looks like he did.
Yep.
That was a catch and shoot.
Going back again, because it is not a fancy stat, but the fact that St. Bonaventure only has 7 fouls in this game, and it does count. Really impressive with that little time.
Well defended too. Clark was there.
Yeah. But you can get the ball to him, and he can shoot over him.
Yep. So back to 8.
Yeah, Bonnie's in striking distance here. They're going back to the zone, which year in, year out is normally a strength for them. Coach Schmidt doesn't love their zone this year.
Lob it up for Clark. Easy two.
And he's going to not love it even more. He's tried it. He's tried it twice. VCU scored both times.
Council the crossover. Great space. Henton open 3, and Henton can't hit. VCU board into the hands of Philip Russell. Jennings for Clark. Clark too much space and he can't hit it. Possession to St. Bonaventure.
Terrific box out by Council on Shulga. If you don't get physical contact with these VCU players, they're for sure going to get the offensive rebound. So
Jonah Henton take a seat, and Noah Belonga checks back into the game for the Bonnies. Leading scorers today, and Max Shulga, the leading scorer coming in. He's hanging out with 0 points, 0 of 7 from the field.
And there is zero concern about that from Shulga or Coach Oda. They're just playing to win, not worried about who's going to score.
Council, tough shot, won't go. Clark the board.
And unlike a lot of teams, their leading scorer does not need to score a lot on this team because they have so many weapons.
Russell, look at this move. Everything but the shot, offensive rebound, straight back up with it goes Brandon Jennings. And the VCU faithful just loves the way they attack the boards. Every offensive rebound, you see them stand up out of their seats.
It's like sharks in the water, smelling blood. Each of them trying to go after their own meal, which for them is that basketball.
And 3 fouls now on Jones, who is a key player for the Bonnies. 8 rebounds for him to go along with 7 points.
Jennings just having a phenomenal first Atlantic 10 tournament game ever for the freshman and letting his presence be known dramatically.
So Brown will take a seat as St. Bonaventure going smaller with this lineup. Hinton checks straight back into the game. And VCU will go ahead and match the substitution, bringing in Michael Bell.
And Jennings has just matched his career high in the A-10 tournament. Not a bad place to do it.
Russell tripped. He's able to regain his balance. Moore to Hinton, 12 to shoot. Here's Jones. Council comes for the basketball and gets it. Now 5 seconds to work with. Council thought about pulling up to the rim. Hit, foul, and a bucket.
Don't screen for Melvin Council. It just creates more attention and congestion. Just give him room. Look, one-on-one, VCU can't keep him out of the paint one-on-one. If you set a screen for him, now you've got 4 players in that little area. His man and another defender, and it's congested. Let him just go one-on-one. VCU cannot consistently contain Council in space.
And that is 4 fouls on Philip Russell, who will take a seat, along with Brandon Jennings, who checks out. But Russell was just standing in the wrong place at the wrong time when Council let that fly. Bamisil tried to give it up, tried to get it back, and he can't. Here goes Council. Melvin Council, Clark on him defending. Council gets it to his right hand, can't get the shot, gets it right back and puts it down.
In space, one-on-one.
Lead cut to 6. Council 14 points, 7 rebounds. Back out for Bamisil. Bamisil to Jackson, 5 on the shot clock. Jackson, jab step. Jackson can't hit it. Hinton rising, he tips the rebound over to Chance Moore. Council starting to feel it. Council can't get the finish off the back of the iron. Shoga to Clark. Clark! Every time St. Bonaventure feels like it's their moment, Jack Clark with 15 points. Belonga just taking his time, and the shot is well off. Shoga into the paint, and Shoga's on the board.
You knew he would break the ice, and he does it in his typical fashion, using his size.
What a run from VCU, and they want to extend it. Jackson to the rim and throws it down with authority. Biggest lead for VCU. It was plus 13 earlier this half. St. Bonaventure, they cut that gap to 5. Then back up to 11. It was cut back to 6. And here we are back at 13 after this slam. Was he fouled too?
Yes, he didn't call it. That definitely could have.
Sure looked like it live.
You see the athleticism, and Jackson is just one of the collection of athletes on this VCU team. And that's one of the biggest reasons they can make a run in the NCAA tournament. Style of play is fine, but you still need the players to do it at a high level. And in terms of running, jumping, pressuring, depth, just player by player, VCU can match up with almost all the teams in the country athletically.
And Hinton, he slipped and just dropped the basketball at that spot. Bell gives it up. Jackson back to the rim. Bell the putback. That won't go either. VCU still fighting for it. And this will be VCU ball, they say. I'm impressed by the way VCU travels. I know they're known to have such a good fan base. It's not too far away to get here, but I mean, you're looking on both sides of this arena, and there is yellow everywhere you look.
Yeah, I've coached a bunch of times in the Siegel Center, and it really is an event. You see, the atmosphere is tremendous here, and of course they pack the Siegel Center. The band's amazing, the cheerleaders are amazing, and Ed McLaughlin, their longtime AD, has really built a consistent program. Through any changes, he's been a constant and make sure that program does everything at a high level.
Bama's loose with the basketball. They will not get a good shot out of that. Here goes Council, full speed ahead. Council off the mark. Tried the right hand from the left side.
You know, watching this, though, throughout the rest of this postseason, you wonder if other teams will be able to run on VCU.
Good luck. Headed toward the rim, everything but the finish, and now Zeb Jackson frustrated with himself. He was looking for an and one.
So I love football, and I love option plays and fake handoffs, and that's exactly what Jackson did. Fake the handoff, got his man thinking there was going to be a switcher, he'd have to help, and keep it like an NFL quarterback. Tuck it and go.
And that's the second foul on Melvin Council.
But Shulga, though, 8 assists, 0 turnovers, and like I said, has zero concern about how many points he's going to score in this game. And that's special about Shulga, but also that VCU doesn't have to rely on him for scoring to that degree because of the talent on this roster.
VCU creating some distance. This is stolen away. Now hitting the deck for it. And St. Bonaventure able to get it back after Bell tried to cause a mess for him. Council at 3. What a sequence.
Here's an incredible stat on Council. Out of 725 minutes in A-10 play, he played 712. How about that? I'm surprised Coach Schmidt even let him off the hook for 13 minutes.
And some ability to hang in the air by Zeb Jackson. And Council's 3. That stopped a 9-0 run. And then Jackson a quick answer.
See, on the pick and roll, they can keep Council out of the paint on that pick and roll with help.
Jones is hit, and he will shoot 2.
Council has not had success in pick and roll situations, but in open court or space situations, he's consistently beaten pressure.
At the line for the Bonnies, number 10, Michelle Jones, shooting 2.
So Jones heads to the line, and he is a 79% free throw shooter. Got 78 free throws throughout the course of the season. As a sub checks in for the Bonnies, it's Miles Rhodes returning to the lineup.
Rose did a tremendous job in his first bit of action. Made a basket, got a rebound, got a one-on-one stop. Doesn't play a lot, freshman, which makes it so impressive to do it in this atmosphere against this level opponent.
Council playing good hard defense. Jennings trying to get away. Bamasil a 3. That's off the mark, and Jones a hard-fought rebound. Boards for Jones. Now he wants a 3. That's too strong. Offensive rebound for Moore. Chance Moore. And he is fouled.
So this shows you how tough, hardworking, resilient, athletic the Bonnies are, especially the athleticism of Moore over here. Because if Moore makes these free throws, they are then even in second. In fact, no, they've surpassed right now VCU in second chance points. That's unbelievable.
St. Bonaventure are going to have to knock down some free throws if they want a chance to get back into this game, as VCU Another sub, another couple of subs. They're going to bring Shulga back into the game as well as Clark. You know, the ability to bring in fresh bodies when St. Bonaventure really does not have that same luxury. Do you feel like it's playing an advantage at this pace?
I do. And this VCU crowd loves Jennings, not only because he's an exciting freshman, but he's a local product, a local Richmond high school product. So everyone loves the guy who stays at home and represents the hometown school.
Jackson, a good pass to Clark. Clark, not enough room to operate, and he walked.
I like this. Look how hard Council has to work to get the ball, to bring it up the court. And this is every game. And he's got to do it for 40 minutes.
And it worked. They're going to double him. Clark comes up with a steal. Shulga wide open three. He still can't find his rhythm, and a foul on the rebound is going to go against the Rams.
And that is, again, a sneaky part of the bodies maybe being able to get into this. They don't foul, so they're going to the free throw line there. There's the doubling. Don't let Council get it. But the fact that VCU fouls, so it's fascinating. VCU gives up transition points, but they think dominating the offensive glass is worth it. They crash the boards in pressure, but they foul it. But they think a few fouls is worth it. And it's correct. But every once in a while, when a team gets some transition baskets or gets to the free throw line, you wonder, should they back off? And I like VCU not overreacting and saying, listen, we know what we're going to give up, but we're going to pressure an offensive rebound. The positives outweigh the minuses. But can some team in the future hit them on those two things enough to knock them off? Their only losses in the last couple months have been on nights where they've had horrible shooting nights.
Lead back to 10, same spot we were at halftime. Shulga off a couple of screens. Shulga, the no-look pass, just a masterpiece into Bamboye.
So Shulga doesn't have the kind of NBA foot speed for a point guard, but he has NBA size because he could see over the defense. That's what it is. There's two defenders on him, but at 6'5", he can just see the whole floor and make great decisions.
Hinton with 10 to shoot. Pass over to Jones. Jones can't hit. VCU the board, it's Bamboye. Bamboye attacking, and he's blocked away at the rim. Noel Brown. So Max Shulga, he hasn't had his best stuff as a scorer, but he does have 9 assists to his name. 4 guys for VCU in double digits as scorers stepping up for him. Clark, Bamboye, and then Jackson and Jennings as well from the bench.
But remember, the calling card for VCU is the defense. And they're holding the bodies to 35% from the field. They've turned them over 12 times. That's why we've seen all the stats. They're one of the best defensive teams in the country. And they make good offensive decisions.
Leading scorer for St. Bonaventure is Council with 17. Moore has 14. And Jones with 10.
This is still a single-digit game. The bodies have been resilient.
Shulga thought about a shot instead, a better look to Bamboye.
So in pick-and-roll defense, there's always someone open. And Shulga's ability to find them is at a high level.
Council gives it up for Moore. St. Bonaventure needs something right here. Over to Jones. Jones toward the basket, blocked away at the rim. Bamboye said no. The putback, though, is true, and that is Chance Moore.
I tell you, VCU, you can't do it, but it would be, you know, mentally they feel like a beware, don't enter thing is around the paint with their shot blocking.
And Bamboye, that 7'2" wingspan of his, big time for rim protection. Clark a 3. Off the mark, rebound to Moore, then it's stolen away, but they will call a foul on that. VCU thought it was clean. It looked clean live. Dr. John, how'd you see it? Was there contact?
Yeah, live, I didn't see the foul, but of course, we have a big-time officiating crew. They're much better at these judgments than I would ever be. So let's see. Yeah, we couldn't see it from that angle.
It was a late whistle. It'll be the 4th foul on Bamboya. Tony Crisp, Mike Hallow, as well as Ed Corliss, the referees today. Ooh.
But winning the free throw battle is something Coach Schmidt's teams excel at because they rarely foul. They're aggressive, they play good defense, but they're so disciplined with their hands.
And St. Bonaventure just not consistent enough from the free throw line in this second half.
So right now they're really putting the ball in Shoulders' hands, just letting him read pick and rolls, and he's making great decisions, although it's Jackson's turn now on this deep team, and he's got a mismatch.
Jackson, plenty of foot speed for him. The putback rolls around and down for Michael Bell.
When you penetrate, so many good things happen, and one of them is you bring help. And even if you don't dish it to someone, your teammate's open for an offensive rebound, and Council with the answer. He won't go away.
The handles from Council, extremely impressive. The lead, though, is still 12. When you play the Rams, you got to match this energy right here.
You really do. Lots of energy in the building. And listen, any player in any sport will tell you that affects you well on the floor. It does to give you inner energy.
So back to the action we go. 12-point lead for VCU. Pass it ahead, Bamisil. Bamisil trying to get that hand off him. In an and one. The way Bamisil was using that left hand to create the extra space, very impressive.
Against the press, you really want to go north-south. Don't pass the ball back and forth. And that's exactly what VCU did. Threw it up the court. And you get Bamisil in the open court, and it's going to be tough to stop that athleticism.
And they are going to change the call and say that the foul is on the ground, which is probably correct. Bamboya check back in. Bell take a seat for the Rams. And an immediate foul from Noel Brown. Clark flashes to the basket, back out for Jackson, and VCU is going to take their time and a foul. That is LeJay Jones. And looks like Mark Schmidt might be thinking about a timeout here. And LeJay Jones already was in foul trouble, so that would be 5. And it is.
He's just going to take this minute that he gets to make the substitution over here to regroup his team. And it's interesting, and it is a good decision. Bonnie's down by 12, and they're starting to foul early. That foul was just a little under 2 minutes, and Coach Schmidt willing to make this into a free throw shooting contest. But here's when you're down. This is when your good defense penalizes you a little bit because the Bonnies don't have many fouls, and they actually have to get some fouls to end up putting VCU on the line.
So Jones finishes the day with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds as he takes a seat. Russell to Clark. Hinton there, and he is the guilty party.
Third personal. Bonaventure's 7th team foul. VCU is
So now it's simply a free throw shooting contest for VCU, and they're good at it. In league games, they've shot 78%.
They'll bring Bamboye back into the game, and Philip Russell will take a seat with his 4 fouls.
And Jackson, expect to get him the ball a lot. In league games, he's shooting 94% from the line. And Wright owns a terrific coach. Watch him to try to enter that ball to Jackson as much as possible to force VCU to put the 94% shooter on the line.
Standing ovation for Bamboye as he checks out of the game. Bring Brandon Jennings back in. Belonga to Council, and Council left it well short. There's a good fight for the rebound. Brandon Jennings comes away from the pack with the basketball, and he will be fouled.
Jennings only 58% in league games without a lot of reps as a freshman. Has only shot 12 free throws since conference play has started.
Is there a team in the A-10 as you check out the bracket that you feel like could hang around with VCU, could give this style of play trouble?
Absolutely. Well, Dayton's already beaten him, and Dayton did it by switching and forcing a lot of threes. Now, VCU did not have Russell, but both St. Louis and Dayton have beaten VCU by packing it in, doing a lot of switching. And if VCU misses their threes, so against SLU they were 5 for 31, against Dayton 5 for 30. If they shoot like that again, sure, they could lose a game. But if they shoot the ball with any decent percentage, they're going to be a real hard up.
That last game against Dayton, that was on March 7th, a close one, 79-76, the final. Three-pointer banks in from Chance Moore. Moore has 19 points. What are you saying inside a huddle when you're down 13 this late in the game?
So whether you're down 13 or down 4, you're pretty much the same. And right now you're just being very aggressive in terms of your need for pressing. And with this much time left, I would try to create the turnover in the backcourt. I wouldn't foul right away. I'd give myself every chance to get a steal. If they get it across half court, then you foul. Except for maybe if Jennings gets it, or Bamboye, and they won't throw it to Bamboye. But if Jennings got it, I'd say foul him right away. But anyone else, let's go for the steal, and then, as necessary, foul whoever we need to across half court.
From the free throw line, VCU has been on the money. They're 9 out of 10 so far. The only guy who's missed one free throw is Jennings, and he is 3 of 4 from the strike. 12 points for Jennings. Jackson has 12 as well. Clark with 15. He leads the group, and Bamboye with 13 points. Shulga still stuck right there at 2 points, but he does have 10 assists.
So there's so many things that go into winning a basketball game besides scoring. There's passing, decision-making, what you don't do, not turning over. There's rebounding, there's talking on defense, there's guarding the ball. You could go on and on and on. And I guarantee you, if you counted the number of things Shulga did today to help his team win this game, it would be a lot.
5 rebounds as well, and no turnovers for Shulga. Head to Russell. Here's Clark to the corner, and they are moving it around. Shulga with counsel on him. Shulga gives it up at the rim, and that will be the dagger. Jack Clark with 2 hands and authority.
Most point guards, now we're talking 11 assists, 0 turnovers. They don't care about points. They come to the coach, says, hey, coach, how many assists, how many turnovers did I get today? I'm sure Shulga thinks that way.
74-59. And Zeb Jackson will put one more home.
Boy, Russell just cannot play, not play hard. He should just back off and win this game, but he can't help himself.
I think he wants to foul out. Has 4. One more would be it. Moore can't knock it down. What was most impressive about this one from VCU for your standpoint?
I'm not surprised at all. I talked about it in the opening. Just impressed with the consistency of their relentlessness in terms of pressure, offensive rebounding, and team-wide unselfishness, starting with the point guard shoulder.
76-59 the final, and VCU, they advance to the A-10 semifinal, and they have reached the A-10 final each of the last 2 seasons, and they knocked off Dayton, you may remember, back in 23. So the balanced scoring of VCU. Clark finishes with 17, Jackson with 14, Bambasil 13, and Jennings with 12. Really impressive the way they did that without their star in Shulga. His shot from the beginning of the game was just a little off.
And another 20-win season for St. Bonaventure under Coach Mark Schmidt. And they'll continue that run of having one of the best programs in the A-10 year after year. VCU, they can really have high hopes not only in the A-10 tournament, but in the NCAA tournament.
Let's revisit the bracket here. St. Bonaventure, that will be it. VCU moves on. St. Louis, Loyola, Chicago, that's coming your way next on USA. George Washington, George Mason, 5 p.m. And then St. Joe's and Dayton, that's the nightcap at 7:30 p.m. this evening. And let's check in with Kim.
Thanks, Jack. Joe, this was a gritty St. Bonaventure team. What did you like about how your team was able to respond every time they would cut into the lead?
I think it's just a sign that we have a good team. We don't really get too scary when teams go on runs. We know the firepower that we have, and we just stay calm and make the right plays.
And what does it say about your team that your leading scorer in the Conference Player of the Year, Max Shulga, only has 2 points in this game, but you guys come up with a double-digit win?
I think that's the beauty of our team. Like, every single one of us has had 2-point games or games where we're in single digits, but we've also had games where we have 20. It's all about winning at the end of the day at this time of year.
And your team is known for success in this tournament, coming in as the #1 seed. How would you describe the mission that your team has this weekend?
A little bit for the guys who are returning. Kind of want to get back what we lost last year, and you know, collectively we've worked way too hard to not show what we can do in this tournament.
All right, appreciate the time, Joe. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Kim, Joe, thank you so much. 76-59 VCU, that is your
Jack,
final.
what did you see from your group today that showed you that this could be a successful weekend for your team?
Oh, I mean, we had a lot of practice this week. We had a whole week off coming into the tournament. So, I mean, we just repped all our stuff on offense, defense, and we just came with a great mentality today, and it showed today.
And I know this is your first A-10 tournament, first year with VCU. You guys had multiple players in double figures. How do you describe just how connected your team is right now?
Oh, very connected. I mean, on and off the court, we're a connected group. I mean, it could be anybody's night. Anybody could go for 15, 20 points, and that's just the good about our team. It's anybody's night, and today was pretty much the whole team's night, so it was good.
And you don't know who you're going to play it, but you will be in the semifinals tomorrow. What excites you about that opportunity?
I mean, 2 teams that we played before. We split with St. Louis early in the year, beat Loyola earlier, but they're both good teams, whole different season right now. So, I mean, just go back, watch the film, and be prepared for tomorrow.
All right, great game. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you.